This week is World Bicycle Relief Week here on GCN. World Bicycle Relief helping to change lives through the power of bicycles. In this, the first of our 4 videos, we find out just how a buffalo bike has changed student Lizzie's life. We are heading to meet Lizzie, who received a buffalo bike a year or so ago. She lives with her grandmother, 13-year-old student, and we are on our way to find out how the bike has made a difference to her life, which means us leaving at just gone 5 AM. Apparently her work starts very early. This is Lizzie, who we're going to be following on her chores today. We have already done a bit of washing up actually, and now we're going to do the fire, boil the water, but we're off to get some fresh water in a few moments. So, containers all strapped onto the back of the buffalo bike, so we'll be setting off fairly shortly, I think. Of course, before she had the bike, she used to have the container on the top of her head, filled with water on the way back. Off we go. Dropped. Having lost her mother and father at a very young age, Lizzie has been brought up by her grandmother. She lives with her family in a small hut made from mud bricks, which has to be rebuilt every other year after the rainy season. Lizzie's bike is, by far, the most valuable item that they own, and it costs less than $150 to provide her with one. So I reckon that was about, what, 2.5, 3 kilometres? Not too much actually on the buffalo bike, but yeah, if you have to walk that every day, it's going to be a big difference. Wow. She's not even letting me have the whole thing, obviously doesn't trust me, probably quite rightly so. I'm going to let you have it, Lizzie. It weighs a ton. I don't feel like I'm being much help, and I'm not, to be perfectly honest, but Lizzie is so accomplished at doing these things on a daily basis that I think I'm probably making things harder for her than easier. Like many children in Zambia, Lizzie has a lot of responsibility on her shoulders at a very young age. These chores done on foot are time-consuming and tiring, and can often come at the expense of education. With the buffalo bike, she can spend longer resting, less time doing chores, and leave later to get to school. It just makes everything more achievable. And we're back home with water for the day. So this is the water that they'll be using just for drinking today, because for the washing up and clothes and everything else, they use the water from down on the lake there. So she's strong. She should make a good cyclist. Lizzie is now ready to go to school, as you can see. I think we've made her slightly late this morning, late for her chores and also late getting the water, so we'd better get on our way so she's not late for class as well. I think it's about 4.8 kilometres. Got to go now. The challenges for Lizzie and other students in her position are not just the duration and distance of getting to school, there are also dangers to walking before dawn, of violence and even rape. So the buffalo bike doesn't just help these students to save time and energy, it also helps them to stay safe. Okay, I think we're arriving. This is Lizzie's school, and that's taken about 35 to 40 minutes. It's pretty rugged terrain to get here, but to be fair to Lizzie, She's an incredibly strong cyclist. Genuinely struggling next to her on some of those climbs. And look at all those bikes. Wow. Let's find a parking spot. Whilst we just wait for Lizzie to finish her school day in the classroom there just behind me. Now, a good time to mention that a couple of days ago we went to the big celebration that is the distribution of these bikes and the latest local people who received them. Distribution day of Buffalo bikes at any school here is a really big deal. As you can see from this welcome that we received from Chipapa Secondary School. Oh wow. Look at this. How amazing is that? We had singing, dancing, poetry, speeches, and then finally the handover of the bikes. Each student that receives a Buffalo bike is chosen by a local committee. The bike is handed over with a pump and a contract, and that contract stipulates exactly how they are expected to use the bike. The committee ensure that the bike is used correctly and importantly that it stays in the right hands. Well, I simply wasn't expecting that level of entertainment from the students and effort really that they put in to entertaining us as they start to make these handover of the Buffalo bikes to the students, about 30 or 40 of whom have already received theirs. It makes such an incredible difference, and really that entertainment was not a thank you to us at GCN, it was a thank you to you, the people who donated your very hard-earned cash around about 12 months ago. The job's not finished though. We want to raise even more money for World Bicycle Relief this time around, and all the details on how you can do that are in the description just below. Right, well, school's out. I think Lizzie's looking forward to getting home, so let's do the journey back. Okay, you can ride from here. Yeah, I think we're about halfway, or maybe just over, back to Lizzie's home now. We've been dealing with a fierce headwind, a couple of sandstorms and a lot of bumps. As our cameraman's saying, he's on the back of a Buffalo bike himself. Bumpy, isn't it?
Thank you, Almighty God, for this wonderful day. Chilling on, amen, chilling on. We thank you, Almighty God, for this wonderful day. Chilling on, amen, chilling on, chilling on, chilling on.
Well, it's been an amazing day to spend with you, Lizzie. Thank you so much. We should leave you now, but before we do, I understand there's something you'd like to say? Oh, it's been a pleasure, thank you. It's been a great ride. A nurse? Yes. Oh, that would be fantastic. Big aspirations. Yeah, well done, Lizzie. Good luck with everything. Thank you. Well, that's been an incredible journey, an incredible day to spend with Lizzie, but not just with Lizzie, but to see all the other kids at school on their Buffalo bikes getting there as well. And it's an amazing community actually when you ride back and you see how many students there are now on Buffalo bikes, but there are still a lot that are walking to and from school each day, and it's taking them a long time. World Bicycle Relief are doing an incredible job, but there is still more work to be done, and that is where you guys come in. You've already been so incredibly generous this time last year, but we want you to match that again this year and hopefully do even more. You will find all of the details in the description just down below this video for how to donate to World Bicycle Relief, because we want to get as many of these kids as possible on two wheels. Thank you so much.